Hi
Hey
guys.
everybody, how are you today? We are so happy to see you.
Yes, we are.
Haven't seen you in so long. I need hugs and we need all of that and we just miss you so much. And so today we're here to bring you the next lesson in our series, Big. So guess what our thing is today? It's about being a big helper.
And you know what? Even though you are small, you can still be a big helper with God's help.
You can help big. You really can. So, let me ask you a question. So, have you ever gotten hurt away from home? Like you were maybe playing with your friends and you were at the playground or something and maybe you fell or something and you were riding your bike or something. Who took care of you? Do you remember that? Like if you were in your yard, who took care of
It was
you?
probably a grown up.
I'm thinking so. I think the grown-ups probably take care of you, but and what makes you feel better when you're hurt? I know when I'm hurt, nothing feels better than someone taking care of me, you know? And do you know that's what God does all the time? He always takes care of
Yep,
us,
he
no
really
matter
does.
what, when we're hurt and everything. So, our big question of the day, Miss Tammy. Big question.
Put our thinking caps on.
I wonder how can we help people? How can we help other people? Do you know how we can help other people? Give it a thought.
Let's figure it out. We can do this.
How can you be a big helper today? So we're going to talk about a story in the Bible, of course. And the name of the story is called The Good Samaritan. I know that's a big word
picture?
for you. Look at that nice picture. A Samaritan is a person who is a big helper. It's what Samaritan is. Another name for a big helper. So in the Bible's parents, we are in Luke chapter 10, verses 30 through 37, the story about the Good Samaritan. So listen, here we are. Jesus replied, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho. Robbers attacked him. Oh my goodness, they attacked him. They stripped off his clothes and they beat him. Then they went away, leaving him almost dead. So a priest happened to be going down that same road. When he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. A Levite also came by. When he saw the man, he passed by on the other side too. So there's a person, he's hurt, and people just pass by
Not even stopping to help.
to see if he was okay, to ask him if he was okay, to even see what was going on with him. They just passed by. But guess what happened? Then the Samaritan came to the place where the man was. When he saw the man, he felt sorry for him. He went to him, poured olive oil and wine on his wounds, and bandaged them. Then he put the man on his own donkey. He took him to an inn and took care of him. The next day, he took out 2 silver coins. He gave them to the owner of the inn. Take care of him, he said. When I return, I will pay you back for any extra expense you may have. So, which of the 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man and to the man who was attacked by the robber? Who was a neighbor? You had 3 people, right?
Yep. You got the Good Samaritan, of course. Then you've got the priest. And then you have the Levite.
Who do you
So all
think?
3 of them walked by. So who is the neighbor, the good neighbor? I'm thinking it was the Good Samaritan.
I think it was the Good Samaritan because he stopped, or he came back and stopped to see what was going on, right? So, the authority on the law replied, the one who felt sorry for him. Jesus told him, go and do as he did. Wow. So, like Miss Tammy said, even though you're small, you can do big things with God's help, okay?
sure can.
Yep. And big helpers say, I can help, and then you help. Like when you're here in Promised Land and we ask you to help clean up, when you're playing with your toys and you help your neighbor clean up, that's being a big helper.
Exactly.
How can you help at home? How can you help mom and dad or your siblings at home? How can you do that? What can you do, you think? Well, I think you can clean up your toys. You can do chores. You can help set the table for dinner.
Right. Maybe you can entertain a younger brother or sister while
Yeah.
mom's cooking dinner. Maybe
Yeah.
you can read them a story or play a game with them to help keep them quiet or
That's
out
being
of
a big
mom's
helper.
hair while she's cooking dinner or cleaning up the kitchen or whatever.
That is being a good helper.
But yeah, and you probably already do that stuff. You're probably already a good helper.
I bet you are. So let's be reminded of our story today with our craft. And this is our person. This is our hurt guy. Oh,
Yeah.
This is the one that got beat up.
He's got boo-boos.
But guess what? He's got boo-boos, but guess what we can do? What is that?
It's a Band-Aid. Band-Aids always make me feel better.
Me too, Miss Tammy. So we're just gonna put it right here like that. And look at that.
Now he's
We
gonna
helped
feel a
him
little
feel
better.
better. That's right. So that's what our craft is today, just to help the hurt man by putting Band-Aids on him. Okay, so you can draw your own picture. Parents, you can give our kids a Band-Aid to put on their picture to remind them of the Good Samaritan and how someone stopped to help him.
And if you don't have a Band-Aid, you know what you can do? You can just draw one.
You draw a Band-Aid. That's even
Yeah.
more fun, right? You can draw a Band-Aid or piece of tape,
Or, yeah,
anything.
piece of tape, whatever.
So we're really happy about that. So just remember that we learned about a man who was a big helper. He saw someone who needed help, and he helped. So that is helping big, okay? So we already talked about how you can be a big helper to God's creation, the earth. How can you do that too? You can pick up, don't litter, don't throw trash outside. You can be a big helper that way also. So let's go to our memory verse for today. And I bet you remember from last week what our memory verse was. It was, remember our song, Philippians 4:13. Philippians 4:13. Philippians 4:13. Here we are. I can do all things through Christ. Remember, that's Jesus. Because he gives me strength. So you ready for your moves? Remember, here we go. I can do all things through Christ because he gives me strength. Very good. I can do all things through Christ because he gives me strength. Okay?
Remember, he's where our strength comes from.
You don't have to be afraid. And we all get scared sometimes about
Even
stuff.
grown-ups.
Oh, all the time, Miss Tammy. I get scared about stuff all the time. But we know where our strength comes from, right? And that's right. So if you need to put a Band-Aid on yourself to remind yourself, that's how you do it. You can do that too. So anyway, that is our story for today. We've got another episode coming next week on Big. Just stay tuned and tune in to see what the next big thing is for us, okay? Bye, guys.
Bye,
Have a good rest of
guys.
your day. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.